Club this year, who do we want to recognise for outstanding achievement? Basically, that's the bottom line. Outstanding achievement, service to the club. The club members came back full on and nominated 2 people without exception that they wanted to recognise. And I'd like to welcome Peter Burkhardt to the stage to give a brief bio on the 2 people we want to recognise, and then I'll put them into the Tom Gleeson hard chat to ask some questions. So over to you, Peter.
More like the Sam Pang front bar, I think. Look, it is, as Peter said, this is the crowning glory of the night, the Life Members Awards, because it is recognition from the club of players that have given their all to Heatherdale Cricket Club over a number of years. And so we have 2 people to be inducted tonight, and I'm going to move on and talk about the first guy first. That's a good thing to do, I suppose. This gentleman's played 7 seasons of junior cricket with Heatherdale, 15 seasons of senior cricket with Heatherdale. 13 of those seasons he served on committee. Started on the committee when he was 18 years old. He's spent the last couple of years as president. He's had 3 seasons as the Milo cricket coordinator for the cricket club. He's played 238 games, made 1,101 runs, taken 342 wickets, which puts him as the 8th highest wicket taker in the cricket club. It's been a little bit of a family affair because he's had 2 younger brothers play at the club in Emmerich and Stephen. Parents been involved from when he was in juniors, running trivia nights, Eva and Peter. And so I'd like to, if everyone have a warm welcome to Andrew Kovassy. Obviously, as a committee, when the nominations come in, we all sit down and discuss the nominations, and it was we couldn't do that this year, obviously, with Andrew being a nomination. So we've tried to keep it a secret from you as we can. So I'm going to hand over to the hard interviewer here.
Let's do it hard. How did you originally get involved in Heatherdale, Andrew? Did you hear the question?
Yeah.
Oh, Bang!
First of all, can I say you're showing your age if you know that my mum and dad ran the trivia nights, eh? It's been a long time ago. How did I get involved? Funny you should mention that. As it wasn't even scripted. I used to play baseball, believe it or not. 96, 97, the year before I started here. And I loved it. I would still be there, except for the fact that their club was run very, very piss poorly, which didn't suit my dad at all, who liked the rules, liked everything very organised.
Hungarians.
And at the end of the season, after getting sent to the wrong ground, they used to play Fridays and Saturdays, and I got sent to the wrong day, wrong everything. Dad just had enough and said, "You're not playing baseball. I don't care what you're playing. Try something else." And so what else did I think? I thought of cricket. I thought, "Oh, Dad, I'll try and play cricket." Credit to my dad. Didn't say no to anything. So he said, "Oh, we'll play cricket." So I did not know this story until early this year. He lives in Switzerland now, and he was out visiting, and he told me, he goes, "Do you know how you end up at Heatherdale?" Which is hilarious because now you're asking me the same question. I said, "No, Dad, I do not." Is it because it's the closest club to us? And he goes, "Well, it was, but I did some research. I asked around the neighbourhood and asked some of I rang up a few of the people around the club, and I said, well, which is the best club to go to around this area?" And I'm not making this up at all. And he said that everyone responded with Heatherdale. So yes, I'm standing here because obviously you've all recognised the hard work that I've done and my involvement, but it's actually got to do with the people before me that actually got me here in some funny way. So to Tommy's, the Bish, the Boxers, anyone that was here before I was even part of the club. So there's the answer, and thank you.
Oh, that's enough of the fluff. Let's do some hard questions.
Is Adam creeping you out? Or?
Andrew, you have a very calm demeanour. Have you ever lost your temper at another player or a committee person? Please name names.
Oh, you guys all love this one. Semi-final, inaugural season as captain. I've never captained T20 before last year, playing Kerry Muir at Heatherdale. And I think I was very patient when Danny bowled his first, second, third, maybe fourth, fifth wide. And then we were sort of getting back in there, even though we weren't really anywhere near it. And he bowls 2 5-wides in a row. And that was as close as I got. I turned around and I yelled at the total opposite. I didn't yell at him, unfortunately, but that was pretty much it, because I thought we were really with a real shot that day. And yeah, I just couldn't stand how someone so talented could miss the pitch.
Bloody Magos.
Andrew, what are you most proud of with your achievements on and off the field? Well, it'd be like
not my runs, no. I guess just being in a position and being trusted to be in a position where I can be a role model. In the end, growing up, and I've already mentioned the story of how I got here and had all the role models here as a junior player, even when I started playing seniors. And in the end, you look ahead when you're an under 12 and you look at under 14s, and when you're under 14, you look at under 16s and you look at seniors. When you're a senior player, who do you look at? You look at the coaches, the life members, and any of the captains you played under. And no one's ever said no to my ability, whether good or bad, whether getting smashed, getting wickets, whatever. And so I just thought, if I could be that person, I guess, to someone else at some point, whether it's directly or indirectly. And that's pretty much what makes Heatherdale it is, because it's full of people like that.
Did you talk about a cricket achievement?
Cricket achievement, I actually never thought when I started playing, I never thought I'd play once cricket, no, to be perfectly honest. And I never, ever in a million thoughts, I thought I thought that I'd play finals, let alone win a Shield final. So that would be it. And I took 2 wickets in one of them, so that's pretty good too.
The last question is from Tim Dasria Via of Mitcham. And Tim asks, when are you planning to have some little Kovassys?
When Em came, when she arrived today, and she noticed for a very long time she was the only girl in the room, she was actually just about to leave too, so, and she didn't know about this, so thank goodness that you're here still. We've got to get married first and maybe after that, but hopefully they play cricket, but then I've got half the family probably hoping get into something else, I don't know, we'll see.
Put your hands together for Andrew Kovassy.
I should have said before too that he's had great support over the last few years from Emily, so we should acknowledge the support that she's given him too, and allowed him to run our club in such a professional way. I guess after 18 years on the committee, 13 years on the committee, but starting at 18, a lot's changed in his life since then. So buying a house, partnering up with Emily, and about to be married and stuff. There's a lot of other things going on in his life. So thanks for the great service.
Thanks, Pete.
And I know it's only temporary.
Yeah, well, I said before it's temporary. No.
So, yeah. So the second gentleman we're talking about tonight commenced playing cricket at Heatherdale when he was 8 years old. He played 8 seasons with our juniors. He's played 18 seasons with our seniors. 3 of those seasons he's been captain coach of the club, and that included coaching a Macintosh Shield Premiership in his first year. And I believe there's a bit of a funny story goes on there too, and that when he was meeting with Tom, who was the president at the time, and discussing taking on the coaching role, Tom said, "What's your plans?" And he said, well, I think we need to try and avoid relegation, so if we can get 3 wins in the first season, that'll be a good start. And he went through and won the premiership. Probably makes him a little bit better than the current coach, who was trying to avoid relegation this year and we missed the finals. He's also been the junior coach at Heatherdale for a couple of seasons. He's had 3 seasons as Milo cricket coordinator, financial supporter of the club through sponsorship with the business that he's national sales manager of New Balance. He's played 247 games at the club, made 7,294 runs, which is the 6th highest run score at the club history. Also taken 237 wickets along the way. There's a dynasty still happening with his family, because we all know his kids that have been running around the club and creating havoc for the last 3 or 4 years. So without any further ado, we should get Justin Box up here and welcome him.
We should also welcome Justin's mother, Val. Are you here somewhere, Val? Yay! Tough year for the Boxers with Tony passing on, but a wonderful night to celebrate Justin's contribution to the club. My first question was sent by the same guy from Mitcham. Justin, you've said many times you are the most talented Box. Who is number 2?
I'm not sure I said that. Let's be honest, my father did say that on the 50th night when you interviewed him, I think, so I won't take that thunder, but he took that. Yeah, I don't know who the answer to that one is. So maybe Ted Box, maybe the next one through. He doesn't play here at the moment. So
John's here and Chris is here. The only two you've got to worry.
Yeah. I reckon if you actually went on, if we just go purely technique, I think Phil had us all covered from a technical point of view. So with the bat, I think if you actually watch him bat, and even when I played again with him this year in the T20, he still, I think he could still make runs anywhere at any time. So from that point of view, yeah, you want to name one? There you go.
Thank you, Justin. Look, to me personally, I thought your weight loss period was, I am quite serious, was quite incredible what you achieved. Can you tell us what was behind that and how you basically did it?
Well, it's a pretty simple system. If you eat less than what you should and exercise more, you'll lose weight. So that's pretty much the system. It's not that hard, and I wasn't doing that. So.
Well, was there a point that the line in the sand that made you think, shit, I've got to do something about this?
Yeah, a few little things that were sort of triggered. I had a bit of arthritis and things like that, and I was able to actually self-medicate by doing this. So there was things like that made a bit of a difference. But yeah, in the end, once I got on a bit of a roll, I worked out it's actually better to live that way than it is the other way. So
do you think it made you a better player?
I don't think it made a huge difference to the cricket side of things, to be truthful. So I was probably able to bowl more from that point of view. But and look, it gave me a chance to go back and play 2 years at Ringwood, which is probably something that I always wanted to do more of, and being able to do that, I think was exciting. You know, I was able to go back to there. So
similar
I would
question.
have been able to do that if I was that size.
Of course. A similar question to Andrew. Who at the club has got up your nose before at training or in the opposition, or in an opposition side? You're happy to name names. If it's Jared Thorpe, it's Jared Thorpe. So just.
I probably have a longer list of opposition ones, I suspect. So
don't say Kovassy.
No, yeah, he's not one of my favourites, I'd have to say. Came across a bloke this year that was pretty interesting. I played with Lloyd, played in that game in the 4th, so he was probably one of the more interesting blokes I ever came across. But no, there hasn't been too many. Certainly this club, I haven't had too many issues with too many people that I can think of.
Did you have any problems motivating anybody at Heatherdale on the ones in your time?
Where are you going with this, Peter? You've got somebody.
No, I don't know anything. I don't know anything.
Jared Thorpe was never an issue for me. So.
Well, what? Name names.
Oh, well, no,
this is not being recorded, so it's never going to go.
So it's going to know on social media, so I'm not going to know anywhere on this, so I'm not falling for that one.
No, fair enough. Last question, Justin.
Yep.
What are your proud achievements on the field, playing, and off the field with your wonderful contribution to our coaching?
Look, I think certainly, I mean, Andrew said before at the end, for me, I mean, I think anyone who's played in premierships, that's what you remember. I think at the end of the day, that's what I remember. I mean, the first one for me is probably out of all of them. I think I played in 5 grand finals and 4 Shield premierships. But that first one was pretty special because there was no doubt we were not the best team by a long way. So, and we lost players that actually ended up playing against us in the finals. Our better players left us and played against us. So I think that was pretty special because we probably weren't expected to win. And yet one year where we were certainly, I think, the best team, we didn't win one. There's probably one that I remember more than I do the wins at times, so which is always a bit sad. But
was that when Jared Thorpe went out when he was batting with Mark Anderson?
No, that was pre. That was
pre your time.
That was the year. Well, we won the flag the year after that when Travis Rowe left and Paul Henry left. So they were all on that side. So yeah, it was an interesting day. Jared left the year after we won the premiership, actually. So it didn't come. I thought he'd been playing the whole time. When I came back, he was back again. So anyway.
Well, I rarely get excited at cricket, but when I think about last year, when Soggy and Malley had batted so well, and then suddenly we were 5 down, 4-5 down, and then you just came in the second ball. Was it the second ball you hit for 6?
Yes,
I was so excited. Internally, I didn't show it emotionally, but it was similar. Can we all put our hands together and thank Justin Box's contribution.
So just for the posterity, just like to award Andrew with his certificate as life member.
Do I get out of the photo? Maybe I'll get out of the photo. I'll get a bit more.
Good one. And Justin too, congratulations.
We're doing this like this?
Yeah, we're doing this.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll hand it back to the hard-hitting Peter Grierson.
We done?
Yep.
Thanks, guys. Well, a big clap as they leave. Thank you.